Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to part 2 of 3 of my glass castle speed build. Yes, there is one more part to this because this build was a whopper and it went through some significant changes while I was building it. I probably could have cut out the initial build entirely, but then you would have no idea how I got to where I ended up. Plus, I wanted to show you how much love I put into this one. For every 7 or so minutes, it's probably about 1 hour of my life. So, with that being said, I also cut out a few things. I expanded the perimeter of the inner bailey, and I cut out some more finicky elements of the build. So overall, I think it took me about 12 hours to complete the entire castle. If you missed part 1, I would definitely recommend taking a quick look at that. I have linked it below. If you have already seen that one, then great, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. In case you forgot, I just thought that I would tell you again what inspired me to do this build. I was watching a build by Simlissy where she created a Spanish mission house or style thing with an inner bailey. I quite enjoyed the style and wanted to try my hand at designing a building that had an inner bailey, so that was the initial spark. However, I am also currently reading the novel Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have since continued to read this book and I have acquired a few more descriptions of the castle. I have taken inspiration from the book and loosely created my own version of the glass castle. There are a few elements from the book that I tried to incorporate. One of the things that is mentioned in the book is that the castle has gargoyles trailing up the walls. I did try to include them. There's like a quick little clip somewhere in here. However, I really didn't like the look of them at all. I felt that it took away from the glass element of the castle, so I ex-nayed them. I also forgot about the clock tower, which I am working on here. From what I have read, it looks like the clock tower has a very different and darker aesthetic from the rest of the castle, so I tried my hardest to make that distinction without totally changing the feel of the build. There are a few other elements that I have taken from the book, but I won't disclose them because I don't want to give like too much away or spoil anything. In this section of the build, in part 2, I spent a little bit more time inside. I wanted to try to create a suite on the main floor of the castle, but I had some trouble trying to figure out the elements of the room. I did try to also create like a servant's quarters in the left-hand area. The book is based in like the medieval area circa Game of Thrones, and so a lot of suites had a bedroom, bathroom, living room, formal dining room, and like sometimes like a billiards area. In the book she has like a billiards area, so I did try to create a servant's quarters, but that didn't really leave a whole lot of room for the suite, so I eventually took those rooms out and basically crammed what I could into the space to create the suite for what would be the main character's room. On the other side, I wanted to have a kitchen and I put in a dining room. I might take the dining room out and create like a chapel or something and then leave the dining room for the glass portion of the castle, but I will have to see. Constantly, you know, this build has taken me a couple days, so every time I wake up in the morning I have like a new idea and I'm like, okay, so we'll see kind of where it goes. There is a lot that still needs to be put into the glass portion, so I'll just have to play around and see what all I can fit. I did also put in a basement, so I have another level below that I can maybe put the kitchen if I have to, and that's also probably where I'll put the servants' quarters, but like I said, we will just have to see. So anyways, I am going to leave you here to listen to a little bit of music, and I will check back in with you closer to the end of the video. Enjoy!
that you moved on. Where did I go wrong? I tried to make you stay, but I guess my love wasn't enough. Was it me or was it you, love? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? No sign of you at all. Just pictures on these walls, reminding me of how you threw away all that we've gone through. Was it all just a game to you? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? 'Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? If there was any sign that our love was in decline, I would have begged you not to go. I would have given even more. My heart is breaking up inside. Can't believe our love has died. Guess it's out of my control. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Is he really just your friend? 'Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Why do you wanna? Said that you moved on. Where did I go wrong? I tried to make you stay, but I guess my love wasn't enough. Was it me or was it you, love? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? No sign of you at all. Just pictures on these walls, reminding me of how you threw away all that we've gone through. Was it all just a game to you? 'Cause I'm dying to know. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Was he really just a friend? 'Cause it's plain in my head, every word that you said, I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? If there was any sign that our love was in decline, I would have begged you not to go. I would have given even more. My heart is breaking up inside. Can't believe our love has died. Guess it's out of my control. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Is he really just your friend?
So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the exterior of the castle gets a little bit of an update. So does the clock tower. When I initially finished the exterior and the clock tower, I was really unhappy with how they looked. It just didn't scream castle at all to me, so I wound up looking up a few photos and checking out a few other builds, and I altered them quite a bit. I must say that I am much happier with how they look now. I hope you also like how they turned out. One of the other changes that I made, which you can kind of see now, is that I wanted to try to make this build as realistic as possible. Because it is in the medieval medieval times, I initially had light bulbs around everywhere, and that is definitely not era appropriate. So I got rid of all of the light bulbs, which was a lot, and replaced all of them with candle lights, and I try to keep and leave candle lights throughout the build to make it more realistic. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would definitely do that now so that you're updated when the third part of the video, or the build, sorry, comes out. I want to thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!